out again. This time we're over by Shell Lake. We've got a couple of trains running. First live stream since Christmas. Last live stream of 2025. Here comes the first train of the night. We've got a lot of passenger tonight, including some of the trains that we got for Christmas. So some sneak peeks of that unboxing video whenever that comes out. So enjoy the trains. Here comes 4414, the newest addition to the DCC fleet. This is its first time on video, and it's also all of the cars' first time on video. Some of these are from Christmas, and some of these are from a model train store that we just haven't shown yet. On 4414, there's a custom gong bell on the front, which I think looks really good. Turned out good. That was the first one that I had a pull for. The first DCC conversion pull. The GP40 WC 3007. No, 3005 one. But then we discovered that the decoder didn't work for GP40s, so we went to the second place, which was 4414. And there's another pull like that up now. Right now, the other GP15, 4400, is winning. But we'll see how that turns out. It could change. So besides the Christmas stuff, this is also a stream to test out the new DCC power chart. I think it should work. Oh, there's something. Yeah, I didn't do that. So I'll be back in a little bit. I've got to do something with the website. Enjoy the trains while I'm gone. Alright, I'm back. Looks like the trains did good while I was away. You could probably hear this, but we've got 6655, the sound engine, coming. The transformer took a Jeep with it. There we go. Hi, Ward. Oh, he's live streaming again? No biggie. Tell him I said hi. Hopefully he gets there. And the press center flat con coupled for some reason. That's weird. Alright, there we go. We are back up and running. There's the horn. The little silver thing on the front of the engine is the gong bell, in case you were wondering. So for this, we're using the tripod, the nice mini one that I got for my birthday, or for Christmas. It works good. Filmed a couple BNSF Coltrane's with that, with Kirk Code CCC not too long ago, last weekend I think. Something like that. That was fun. Yeah, we've got the yard and the siding where we're storing trains, so we're switching trains every so often, Ward. Also, if you want to head down to my website, there's a link in my latest post. Then anything that says DCC will run if you request it. If you don't want to, that's fine, but just so you know, that's your options. So on this train, the first 5 cars we weathered not too long ago. I think they turned out pretty good, so we're leaving them on the layout for a little bit just to run them around before they go in. I think they turned out pretty good. My favorite is probably the Wisconsin Central Gondola, but they all turned out pretty good. Next up, we'll probably have to weather some of, like maybe the Conrail Hopper or the B-in boxcars. Steep hill for the Transformer and the candy canes. Yeah, there's candy canes in the gondolas. It's a way to make the layout festive without covering it in foam or whatever. It'd be really cool to see this, but if it was like wintertime or something, but I'd rather have it summer full time, and we're not like changing seasons actively on the layout. That'd be too much work, not enough reward. I think the transformer on the CN, the press center flat car, looks really good. I'll have to weather the flat car sometime, but the transformer came pre-weathered. Or whatever that was. That's cool, though. Got a decent deal on it at a train show. I'd been wanting one of those, the press center flat cars, for a while. But I couldn't find one with like a realistic load, not 2 halves of a giant wheel or something like that. Or like, at least semi-common, to where it's not too absurd. And something that wasn't like northeastern area-ish, like something US-Canada border, something like that. So Canadian National works really good for this. So that was a nice find. So here comes Amtrak. I think it's the first 3 cars that are the new ones from Christmas. We got a 3-car set of Amtrak stuff. And then 2 of these we had prior in a 2-pack. Yeah, I don't know why, but that Dash 9's a little bit squeaky. If you can call that squeaking, I don't know what to call it. I guess it's a sound engine. Not really accurate, but it is sound. I was kind of worried that you couldn't see the trains too well on the upper part of the loop, but I think you can see them pretty good. It's going to be close for a train meet here. Between 4414 and 8717. So close. See, it only squeaks in certain parts, though. So I don't really know what's up with that. Maybe something touches if the turn is too sharp or something. So the wheel or the truck rotates so much so it's scraping on something. I don't know, that's just a theory. That'd look cool if we had a snoot nose. I think our only snoot nose, though, is a blue bonnet. An old lifelike. Well, there's a train meet. We might have had one before. I don't really remember, though. I'm not 100% paying attention all the time. One thing that'd be cool would be to light up the Amtrak or one of the C&W passenger trains. That'd look really cool. Just running around the layout with the lights. Because you can only see the engine lights, and on one of the C&W trains, you can see the marker lights on the end. And then you can see the marker lights on the cab car that will run later. That's the other new thing. That's the star of the show, I guess you could say. That'll be cool to have two Dash 9s together once we get another one converted. But that'll be up to you guys with the polls and stuff. I guess most people are probably on Scott Rails, but most people who come here don't go to Scott Rails usually. Actually, I'd take that back. Welcome to the live stream, whoever joined. We're running some trains here. Well, that was quick. Welcome to the live stream. We've got a couple of trains running. Right now we got 2 freights and an Amtrak. Amtrak should be coming through on the lower track pretty soon. Here comes the Amtrak. I kind of like the, what do you want to call that? View liner. That looks kind of cool. You don't see them around Kansas City at all, so it's kind of cool to see them whenever you do, even if it's model. Oh, hey, Tornado. We've got 3 trains running right now. 4, actually. We've got an Amtrak, a C&W commuter, and 2 freights. So we should have 8717 leading around the curve right now at Shell Lake So it's got to go through town still, but should be here pretty soon. Thanks. The first 3 cars on the Amtrak are new from Christmas. They're Christmas gifts. So on this train, the first 5 cars we weathered not too long ago. I think they turned out pretty good. The WC gondola is my favorite. But they all turned out pretty good. There's 6655. It's close for my favorite engine. But it's hard to compete with the sound war bonnet, you know? Maybe we'll run that later. Anyways, we're running DCC right now, so if you want to go to my site, it's on the last post if you want to request something. Don't have to, but it's there if you want to use it. And here comes the new bi-level set. That was probably the star of the show for Christmas. Hello, Jeff's Amazing Train World. Welcome to the live stream. We've got 4 trains running right now. An Amtrak, the C&W bi-level, and 2 freight trains. Bi-level looks amazing. It's from Kato. I'm doing good, Jeff. How are you doing? The candy canes, I think, look pretty cool in the gondolas. They're the best way I could think of to make it look festive and kind of funny and unusual, because you don't see people putting candy canes in gondolas that much. I know it's unrealistic, but it's called modeler's license. If you need an excuse. I don't know if you need an excuse to run candy canes or not. Don't they have like 60-foot gondolas or something like that? I wonder if HO scale ones would be big enough to fit a full-size candy cane. Because these are like the mini ones that you get at parades. Anyways, look at the bi-level though. That just looks amazing. It's even got the green glass, the cab car on the end. Modernized E-unit on the front. Kato did an amazing job on that. So we're using the new tripod I got for Christmas to help with the layout, keep it steadier and not as sketchy as the pile of train cases and other stuff I was using previously. There's another train meet. Those are always cool. Never mind the squeaking, or whatever that is. We got some nice trains though. We got the newly weathered one, the Amtrak, the bi-level, and 6655. That's a nice group of trains. It's hard to get a good shot on the layout in your room. Yeah, it can be hard to get good layout shots. Which is why if you look at some of my older layout videos, they're shaky. Well, he's coming in fast. That was close. If anyone asks, he was always doing track speed. You're shaky when you do the Attack of the Dinos? Huh. Thanks. I think it really did turn out like a nice little layout. There's still a lot of work to be done, like the round house that's in progress over by the yard. But even what's done looks good. I just wish the grass stuck more to this paint. I think they changed the blend of the foam or whatever. So now it doesn't adhere to paint as well, so you gotta use glue and stuff. I could be wrong. Well, that's the thing with the layouts is layout's never really truly done. There's always little things you can do to it. And the bigger it is, the harder it is to get it almost finished. But a layout is never 100% finished. Added scenery. Yeah. There is a... It's like that in the real world, too, which makes it cool. You have a small one, but it's destroyed. A small layout or something. Well, that sucks. But like on this layout, we don't glue the cars down, so we can just like move traffic around and like give it some variety. So each time you're here, like looking or whatever, it's just different. It gives it a sense of reality. And most of the buildings aren't glued down either, but those don't really move around because they kind of fit in a certain spot, you know. But a couple of them that don't really have a certain spot, like the bank or whatever in Shell Lake / Cumberland. They usually stay in a spot for a few months and then they'll move or something. The coolest thing on the layout currently, or the coolest thing we have? Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. My favorite thing, and what I think is the coolest, is the 5021B, which is actually not a B unit, but... And then the 6-car C&W single-level passenger car set. That looks really cool. And then the back has glowing marker lights and whatever you call those emblems that are on the back of trains. But I just like passenger equipment, especially when it's not like gray or whatever. Like gray is still cool, but like yellow and green just looks awesome. I like unique stuff, colorful stuff. And I don't really get why people say rail fanning is dry these days, because you've got all of this, because there's foreign power and every paint scheme is so different. Like, you compare the UP Armor Yellow to the BNSF Orange or the Amtrak, whatever you want to call it now. It's dark blue. I was going to say silver, but I guess it's dark blue now. But all of the different railroads are so, well, different. So I don't really get why it's dry. Maybe if you're not traveling or something, it can get dry. But there's so many different variety and stuff, and then there's like heritage units, special interests, fallen flags and stuff. You just gotta go on an adventure, you know? Or at least watch webcams sometimes. Like if I can't go rail fanning, sometimes I'll just sit on the couch and watch webcams. which is why I made a playlist and I decided why not make it public. It's just a there's like 60 webcams on it right now or something like that. That you don't have to search for them. Just skip through them. Yeah, staying. I kind of like how you stay at one crossing because it's one place and you see all the different things that can come through one place. That'd be cool if you put a webcam up there. That'd be hard to get to happen unless you live right alongside the tracks because there's not really a building there. But that'd be cool to just have a webcam there. It seems like you catch a lot of good stuff too. Like you catch a lot of CPKCs and then you catch Maroon and Grays. But I guess if it's a train during the day and you're home, you'd probably get it. I don't really live by a crossing, but it's cool to see them. Well, as for webcams, like, I don't really know how either, but if businesses on virtualrailfan.com, there's like, you can do businesses and stuff. So I don't see why you couldn't just put your house and just have it be anonymous if you wanted to, because they cover the cost and stuff, usually. So, maybe, but... Or maybe you could get, like, the town to allow it or something, because I've seen, like, the new Live Trains ones. I forget where it is, but it's somewhere in Nevada, and, like, the town allowed them to put a webcam up there. Now, I think it was in a park or something like that, but the town allowed them to put up the webcam. Caliente, Nevada. 15 minutes away, just go on your bike. Yeah, I've been to that crossing. It seems pretty hilly. But yeah, I've always thought it'd be cool to have my own webcam or whatever. Maybe one day. I'm glad I got this tripod though. It makes it a lot easier and a lot less sketchy. Well, someone shorted it out. We're back up and running now. Just pretend that never happened. Are you gonna get there fast enough? So close. Well, there's your answer to what I think the coolest train we have is that full passenger set with the E unit. I really like those F and E unit cabs. I don't know why I get cats. But those cabs just look really cool. I like streamlined design and stuff. What's interesting is seeing them not in passenger service because they do it so well. They're the same size as a passenger car pretty much. So seeing them in freight service is just kind of weird. I'm saying that never really having seen one in person except for IRM. but still. They look like they were more for passenger service, even though they were built for freight. I could be mistaken, but I think the F and F here is from freight. This is cool though. There's a lot of trains running. It's busy. That's why I like in scales, because you can have so much stuff in a pretty small room. But it's still like you can see the detail, and it's still somewhat easy to work with. The Z scale is a little bit too small even for me. So. Well, Amtrak made a quick lap. Seems like. We have a derailment in, I don't remember that town's name. Anyways, it was two C&W passenger trains passing each other. That looks cool. That reminds me of the cover of the live stream. That looks cool too. That was a good picture. I might have to put that in the photo gallery on the website. We'll see. Yo, CCC. I believe we have 5 trains running right now. 3 passenger, 2 freight. We're running the new Christmas stuff. And some newly weathered cars and stuff. The most ever. We might have run 7 at one point. Or maybe 6 or something like that. I don't know. But 5 or 6 is the most we've ever run. There is a door right there. He's right. Live chat's interesting. I'll leave it at that. He's noisy. Why isn't that his intro, though? That seems like his intro. That should be. Where is Amtrak? Amtrak is parked right now. We've got some other trains running. I mean, we can put it back on the main line if you want, but right now it's in Hayward. I couldn't think of the name there. No signals yet. I think it'd be cool, but we only have 2 controllers and like 2 places where you can pass, so it's not really. We don't really need signals, but I think it'd be cool to have them. But no signals yet. Oh, you want to see the whole layout? Okay. I'll unplug the battery pack, because I don't want it dying in the middle of the stream again. Hang on. Alright, so we've got the pond. There's Shell Lake Cumberland. There's the marsh with the... I don't want to mess up the water. There's an industry. There's where the roundhouse is going. There's the yard. There's New Richmond. There's that other town. There's the neighborhood-ish. There's the farm. There's Trigo, and then Lakeside. The Hayward branch hit a tree with the leg. And then there's Hayward. Plus the bottom. But the layout is pretty full of trains. Yeah, there's Amtrak in the Hayward branch. There's the snowplow. We should probably run that sometime. Oh, and there's the station. That front leg, it just keeps hitting stuff. Yeah, it's pretty big for a home layout. It definitely works. There's Amtrak for you. Maybe you didn't see it in the Hayward branch. I wasn't paying attention where the trains were. Was it already out on the main line when you saw it? Okay, that makes more sense. There's 3007, which is mostly used as the yard switcher with some 2 cars for Hayward and then 1 car for New Richmond. Mixed local. Those are usually on separate locals, but it's a makeshift train right now. Just add more variety. Because we don't have enough already. An MP15. We have one in C&W. Actually, we might have 2 or 3, but we have one in C&W, but it's DC. It's not DCC converted yet, so we don't run it that much. Oh, so you're a switcher guy. They're cool. I like the E units and F units and the big steam engines. If you had a choice between steam and diesel, I'd probably pick diesel because I feel like there's more variety with the different types of cabs and stuff, and there's paint schemes. Steam engines are cool, but I'd rather just overall diesel. If they saw it 50-50, I'd real fan on diesel more. Where did Whamex come from? There will be a more in-depth layout tour eventually. But I've already got a backlog of videos, so that's just going to wait until I have, like, open stuff. We've been streaming for 54 minutes, and the battery pack is still at 97%. It's been plugged in the whole time. You know what sounds good right now? Chicken strips and buffalo sauce. The abandoned tracks next to you, the 1604 local switchers. And oh, yeah, it is an MP15, isn't it? Yeah, I've seen that one parked over there all the time. You're getting Taco Bell soon? That's nice. Taking a while. I hate when food takes a while. I'm hungry again. I'll have to eat something before I go to Scott Rails after this. We're probably going to wrap it up in 10 minutes. Did that do anything to the live stream? Well, is that a scanner? Oh, hello, Canadian Locomotive Logistics. Welcome to the stream. We have 5 trains running at the moment. 3 passenger and 2 freight. Math is hard. And we are near Shell Lake, Wisconsin, on the marsh. Yes, we're running DCC right now. On my last post, there's a link to my website, and if it's DCC and you request it, we can run it as long as it's not in the shops. There should be a DCC power trial. I'm not sure if it's working or not. If it's not working, I'll fix it after this sometime. Alright, thanks for subbing. So, on the last post I put, like in the post section, there's a link to my website and then the DCC thing. On the bigger side. I don't know what dimensions it is. But it kind of goes over there. It just kind of loops around over there, kind of. I probably just messed up. Actually, the camera angle turned out pretty good anyways. I think I almost knocked off the battery pack, though. Yeah, this is mostly his layout. But because I like trains and my layout's kind of small, we kind of share it. Alright, have you been on Scott Rails? He is live today, right? On another 10K push one. If he is live, I'll probably tune in after this. Alright. I think we have a caboose dealer over here. The caboose has been safely returned to the current owner. I think it'd be cool to have people operating live on the layout, but like having that open 24/7 would be kind of weird. Like especially if we're operating on the layout, because I operate a lot. There's a lot of industries and stuff. It's an operations layout, but maybe. Huh. So they do. You have limited time stuff. That's interesting. I might have to look into that. Oh yeah, I've been to your layout a couple of times, and Sparky's once or twice. It's a pretty nice layout. Pretty stocked with NS stuff, right? Sparky's is cool though. I'm kind of a Conrail guy, so. an SD40-2 cab ready. So is that what's pushing the camera right now? An SD40-2. I think I saw the camera one time on like a side view or something. That camera car it looks complicated. That must be hard to do if you ever did an in scale, but the HO scale stuff on that we have is just a double loop with a connection track. So no scenery. You mean a Dash 9 CW 44? Yeah, this is in scale. We have some other stuff, but like 90% in scale. And then, actually, it's probably more than 90, but you know, you get the point. I'm gonna have to do a live stream on the HO scale stuff sometime, or on the Garden Road, which is also in scale. Yeah, we're in CE. JMRI hooked up. I don't think we do. I could be wrong about that. I don't really do electrical stuff. So here's another train meet. Grand Trunk and Western and Sioux Line is a odd couple of engines. A GP9 and a GP7. The Grand Trunk looks red until you put it up against the Sioux Line. You're looking for 50 layouts? Well, we'll look into that. $50 layouts is a lot, though. That'd be cool to have 50 different layouts that you can operate on, though. Five people at once. That's the highest concurrent viewership of the stream. How do we go from 5 to 2 in 1 second? It's rigged. I just realized there's a dead deer in the background this whole time. Oop. Alright, he should be good enough now. Deer. How far can this thing zoom in? This thing seems like it can zoom in than just a regular camera on this phone. That's a odd DPU. Well, I think that's gonna pretty much wrap it up for this live stream. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. And go over to Scott Rails, get him some subs, get him to 10K by New Year's. He needs it. He's got me to 2 milestones. I need to get him to 1. Or at least help. So thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and we will leave after this Amtrak. Because we can't leave mid-train. Deer.